to Novelist Chicago residents. This is our second episode,
Yay!
and we are joined by
Jadyn
and Carmen
and Grace. Today we are talking about
Knives Out. Let's
the
go.
original.
Yes.
Not the second one, the original.
The first one, the
first
OG.
one. But before we do that, do any of you have any projects of your own that you're working on?
Well, funny you would mention projects because immediately after recording this today, we are going to be filming for my short film.
We talked about that last week.
Untitled short film that we haven't come up with a name yet. I've been scouring the internet for something good. But I don't know.
Do you have a general idea of what the title
I
might
want to
be?
work the word mother into it somewhere, but I can't find, and I don't want it to be short. I want it to be a longer title.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of anything that encapsulates the vibe I'm looking for. So I've been looking over Wikipedia for some good terminology, and I've come up short.
Wikipedia is a credible source, guys.
Wikipedia is more credible than we've been giving it credit for sometimes.
Wikipedia is where we get our synopsis from. So
Exactly.
Obviously, it's
My-
credible.
My comp and rhetoric teacher makes us use it to look
Really?
up some authors' bios, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
But yeah, so we're doing that afterwards.
yeah, I brought my camera and everything.
Cool.
And it's snowing, so
It is snowing.
Snowing outside.
It kind of works for the scene, I feel like.
okay.
But does it work for us?
I mean, you're supposed to be cold in the scenes, so it kind of does work
Mhm.
for you.
Yes, I agree.
Just maybe
but
not
I'm gonna be
on a
cold.
personal level,
And when
yeah.
I'm cold, I'm miserable.
Yeah,
Just like when I'm hot.
I mean, real.
Real.
All right.
What about you, Carmen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I talked about last week my, what was it called? I was describing the scene without any characters in my screenwriting class.
Oh my god, I remember that.
And my teacher, my group mates, talked about it, and they said that I could, make a whole plot without any characters in it.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
Carmen.
That's some
Yeah,
high
and
praise. I have to read it.
And she was like, my teacher, she was like, you, know how to, write like a screenwriter. You're, direct and to the point. And I'm like,
I'm so
Yes.
proud of you.
And also, this is a busy week, but also tomorrow I'm filming a dorm video for my dorm
Ooh.
because that's what Edge wants. So
Dorm tour.
Cool.
I'm so excited for that. I'm gonna be filming, and I also made the script for it. So yeah,
It's so exciting.
that's what's up. Grace.
Cool. I mean, last week I talked about my projects. Those aren't due yet. I still have time, so I'm currently still working on those.
She's scheming.
Mm-hmm.
Barely. I have no idea what I'm gonna do.
Little scheming.
I don't think I have anything else. What about any films we watched on our own this week?
Oh yeah.
Let me whip open the letterbox real quick.
I would like to go first
Oh,
because
yes.
I watched a movie this week for I'm going to study abroad over spring break. We're going to Ireland, and so it's like a class beforehand, and then we all go together. Funny enough, we're leaving on St. Patrick's Day. We had to watch a film that takes place in Ireland, and we have to do a film analysis on it. And so I watched Belfast. Holy shit, I cried.
Mhm.
I was talking to Carmen about it the other day.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
it is.
It came
beautiful.
out last year and it was nominated for Best Picture, but it didn't win. But it was beautiful.
Mhm.
It's exactly what we were talking about in class. Protestants versus Catholics in Ireland. There's violence in this little town in Belfast, and this family has to decide whether to stay in the only place they've ever known their entire lives. But now there's violence and it's not safe anymore. So they either have to stay or they have to move somewhere completely new. And it's told from the perspective of their 9-year-old son. So it's it's so sad. And it's Kenneth I can't never say his name. He directed it, and it's based on his life. He's an actor as well. but it's like loosely based on his life, and it was really sad.
That sounds interesting.
But it was like the thing that I talked about in my paper is that they use film as an escape. So like the whole family goes into the cinema to see a movie. Like there's a scene where they see Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and they're like, it's like the cars driving over the cliff, and they're like, you know, they think they're falling.
Oh.
And the whole movie's in black and white, except for when they're at the movie theater.
That's so cool.
in color.
I like that.
So it's supposed to be like their escape, the color and brightness in their lives.
No, yeah, in The Fabelmans, like, he goes to watch a movie in the theaters, and then they, like, oh my god, there's this whole scene where he's, like, cutting together the film, and it's, like, all silent, and then he's, like, discovering his mom's having an affair. It's, like, a whole thing. Damn. That movie's so good.
It made me cry. It was, I mean, so I did a review of it on Letterboxd, and I literally said that. I was like, it made me cry, but I cry at everything, so that's not really...
I need to watch it.
You would... As people who want to be in the film industry, you will both love it.
Okay.
I showed her some
Yeah,
scenes.
she showed me some scenes, and it was, like, so crisp,
beautiful.
and it's so...
Okay.
The camera work is so beautiful. I'm like, I need to watch this, so... It'll be on our bucket list.
Okay.
Yes. Carmen, I gotta add it to our... I should add it to our list.
Yes.
Yes.
I forgot to. It was very beautiful. Anyway, I will stop talking.
No. It's a podcast. Carmen, what have you watched?
Oh, so I watched The Last of Us episode 2 at Grace.
Yes.
Let me just say that, like, I don't want to spoil it, but I, like, got really upset. I got really
so upset.
I was so upset. I was like, I already knew like what was gonna happen, but like I was like, no, what the fuck, like. So yeah, I like kind of cried after that. So, but yeah.
So I think it was the next day. I went on YouTube and I was watching a gameplay of the game because I wanted to see what happened. And that scene that we're talking about was completely different in the game. So it was interesting. I like how they did it in the show better, I think. I think I like that better. Yeah. But yeah, no, she was so upset.
I feel like so upset.
I'm behind on the Last of Us lore. Like,
you need to catch up because
I know.
It's so good.
It's like a thing. Yeah. I need to be there. I want to enjoy it.
I mean, we have 7 more episodes left.
Yeah.
Only every Sunday, and there's only 2 out so far. So
you can catch up.
Okay. You guys know what came out yesterday? The first episode of Poker Face.
Oh,
with Natasha Lyonne,
right.
and I haven't seen it yet.
I know.
It's on Peacock. And I don't have that, but I'm gonna watch it by any means necessary. Which, oh my god, Rian Johnson, relevant to today.
Oh my gosh,
he directed that.
It's a full circle.
That was crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
But real quick, Carmen. So when we watched the show, we were in one of the lounges, and the thing about the lounges is they're like giant fish bowls.
Oh yeah, people can like. Yeah.
It's like everyone can see in, and then everyone can see what you're watching, which is so awkward. For example, when there's a nude scene.
There was a nude scene, and it lasted for like 10 minutes, and I was like, I'm just gonna skip this.
It was supposed to be like the beginning of the apocalypse. It was like patient 0. They're doing an autopsy to see like how did she get infected. Girl was fully naked, and we were like, there's people who live here.
Right? Don't be ashamed. Just be like...
But, like,
it was just there.
Showing.
Thank God nobody, like, walked up and saw it, but, like...
I literally stood in front of the TV, and Carmen's trying to, like, skip forward.
Like, we get it.
You're just standing in front of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
a journey. Yeah. Also, yesterday, aka Thursday, we watched Emma 2020.
Yes, Anya Taylor-Joy, the love of my life.
Yes, I've been on an Anya Taylor-Joy marathon thing. I keep watching her movies.
Yeah, me too. Oh my god, because The Menu last week.
Yeah.
And then what am I thinking of? The Queen's Gambit. We both watched that recently.
We both watched that
show.
Also this week I watched Last Night in Soho.
Okay.
I love that movie too.
That one was good. I liked it. I heard a lot of people didn't like it, but it was solid.
Yeah.
And then
it was weird.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it?
I have not.
You would like it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You would like it.
Okay.
Just because of Anya Taylor-Joy.
Not just because of Anya Taylor-Joy, but also because of the fashion.
Yes.
And
we would love
go
Not me every 10 seconds during Emma being like, can I have that dress actually, maybe?
You would love it.
Yes.
Right? She would love it.
She would love it.
My favorite bit is when we pretended like the whole movie was a found footage from the 1800s.
Claire was like, people are just like the same from back then. And we were like, so this is like historical
I
footage?
was like, okay, yeah, it's a movie. Like, they are the same as 2020 when it was filmed.
Right.
Claire's gonna kill us. She's gonna kill you. You brought it up, Jadyn.
For the rest of the movie, proceeded to pretend like it was found footage from the 1800s that they chopped together to make a little.
She was not happy.
A little ditty.
She was not happy about it.
Claire. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. That was really funny.
But yeah, I love Emma. I only love the 2020 film. I don't like the old one.
None of that Gwyneth Paltrow
Mm-mm.
nonsense.
It was so boring when I watched it in like lit and film senior year.
I'm so glad that she broke down and ate bread. I'm so glad that she finally broke down during quarantine.
She went to
ate
Panera
bread.
and ordered a baguette.
I'm so proud
in
of
a
her.
crisis.
That must have been really hard for her. I know that she was going through some hard times.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
let's transition back to Knives Out, which is the reason that we're here.
Yes.
And Carmen's gonna start us off with some disclaimers.
Oh yes. So this movie includes disturbing content, vomiting, sharp objects, needles, and suicide. So yeah, if you're like sensitive to that, this might not be the movie for you.
Also, I'd say Chris Evans is pretty dangerous in that sweater.
White sweater.
I don't know.
Literally, for all of my people that hate seeing vomiting in movies, I had
real.
to turn away several times.
Me
so
too.
I would like to put that
I
out
hate
there.
Vomiting.
What is that called? That phobia? I have whatever that is.
Yeah.
I think maybe.
Yeah, it's just
It was real vile.
yeah.
Anyway.
And so Jadyn, who's in this movie that we're talking about?
Wait, the cast?
And who directed it?
Okay. So we have Rian Johnson as our director, who also directed Poker Face, which came out yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He also directed the newer Knives Out sequel, Glass Onion, and Star Wars Last Jedi and Rogue One, as well as Scream from 2022. I did not know
really?
most of that. I had heard something about Star Wars.
Yeah. I just like put down what I saw.
So hopefully that's true.
Scream?
Whatever it says Scream 2022.
Yeah, it said it on his bio. What?
You said it's on his bio that he directed it?
So we're saying maybe we should fact check.
Wait, why did it say he did Scream?
So did
but
we just
he
lie?
didn't do Scream.
Why would you write Scream on the
Because it
outline
said
then?
on his thing. I don't...
Okay, he did not direct Scream.
Sorry, guys. Don't use Wikipedia.
My confession is that I've never seen any of the Scream movies, so I wouldn't have known either way.
It's on here. It's on his thing, like movies. Maybe he like produced it or some shit.
No, let's see. He might have been a writer.
Maybe. He had some association with Scream 2022.
The cast features Ana de Armas, Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Jane Lynch, Katherine Langford, and some others. It's a big cast. Isn't Katherine Langford the one from 13 Reasons Why?
Yes.
I did watch that in 7th grade, and I definitely should not have.
Yeah, me
it
too.
It did forever change the way that I perceived the world around me.
The deleted episode scarred me.
Before certain scenes were cut out.
I think I did too, because I watched it when it first... Wait, is that when it first went on Netflix?
Yeah.
I think I did too.
Yeah.
My mom made me stop before I got all the way through.
Oh.
I watched it all the way through.
Thank you, Mother. Shout out, Mom. I saved myself maybe a little bit of emotional...
Thank you, Sue.
Exactly.
And that's how Sue sees it.
And that's how Sue sees it. Stop.
An iconic cast.
There's definitely more people in it that aren't unnamed. But
did I put Jane Lynch instead of...
Oh my god, you wrote Jane Lynch instead of... you were literally speaking of. I literally read it too, and I knew exactly who you were talking about, and I didn't see a problem with it.
They're like both the same to me in my
Lynch
head.
and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Because we did the Sue season.
If you hadn't said that, I would never have. We would have just published
Guys,
this episode.
I wrote this outline at like 3 a.m.
Scream and Jane Lynch.
Wow.
Jane Lynch.
I think someone else should do our
Who's ghostwriting for our podcast right now?
Definitely not me.
I love how I knew exactly who you were talking about, and I just agreed with you right off the bat. I knew that you meant Jamie Lee Curtis.
Guys, it's Jamie Lee Curtis.
It's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Let's just put that out there.
Aunt Viv from Beverly Hills Chihuahuas.
She's also in Freaky Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And New Girl. She's in New Girl.
Mm-hmm.
So true.
Did she do the like Activia commercials, or was that Activia, or was that Ellen DeGeneres?
What?
Activia, like the yogurt.
Oh,
I remember.
I don't know.
Ellen DeGeneres?
Was it Ellen or was it
It
Jamie
was,
Lee
I don't
Curtis?
think it was Ellen.
Guys,
Okay,
I
let's-
think it was Jamie Lee Curtis.
They're all like in the same little circle in my brain.
Real.
Anyway, back to.
I'm so sorry,
to the
Jamie Lee
Sorry.
Curtis. You're not on the same level as Ellen DeGeneres. I take it back.
Jamie Lee Curtis, not Jamie.
Oh my god.
Okay, so, you know,
Synopsis.
we're watching this movie. Let's figure out what it's about. So, according to Wikipedia,
Yes, Wikipedia.
you know, shout out our source. The circumstances surrounding the death of crime novelist Harlan Thrombey are mysterious, but there's one thing that renowned Detective Benoit Blanc knows for sure. Everyone in the widely dysfunctional Thrombey family is a suspect. Now, Blanc must sift through a web of lies and red herrings to uncover the truth.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thank you,
Dun, dun, dun.
Wikipedia.
Thank you, Wikipedia, for
Yeah.
everything.
We don't even know if that's true. I watched the movie, but I couldn't tell you.
We need to fact check Carmen.
Yeah, I'm not
Guys,
even sure
you need
what's
to,
true at this
go
point.
over it before I do anything.
I mean, to be fair, you did send it to us, and I only looked over it this morning.
I
So
really just
that is
opened it.
fully on me. I mean, I could have probably, read over it and then, not Jane Lynch.
We've been sitting here for almost an hour looking at it, and we didn't even say anything.
Moving on.
Okay. What were our thoughts of this movie?
I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I did too.
I like the concept of compared to Glass Onion, the old money kind of thing.
Yeah.
And aesthetically, it was really visually aesthetic to my eye.
And that's so true.
But oh my god, I just woke up. So
I'm so glad I had that to
Yeah.
offer you.
But yeah, I thought it was really cool. It was very unexpected and
Well, I
compared.
think it was very different from the second one.
Yeah.
Where it's the second one is the mystery is kind of already out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where this one, it's we think we know what happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of being it's very different from a normal mystery.
Mhm.
Where it's you're finding out. No one knows what happened, and then you're finding out. Whereas we think we know what happened, and then it's oh shit, no, we don't.
Right, exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
And I
like that.
watched Glass Onion before Knives Out,
Mhm.
and I was totally surprised, and I was really rooting for, what was her name, the main character, Marta. Yeah.
Mhm.
I was rooting for her, and
Love Marta.
I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was what's gonna happen? Is she's a murderer, but what?
I like how you said I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was what's gonna happen? Yeah, no, I really like the pattern of lower middle class or lower class to lower middle class people getting the best of rich people.
Right.
And with last week, The Menu,
Mm-hmm.
we're perpetuating a cycle.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this movie, I didn't see this movie when it first came out. I will admit I was reluctant to see it. I don't remember why. My mom was, shout out to my mom, she was you need to watch this movie, you would love this movie, and I just didn't listen for some reason. And so it took me a while to watch it, but eventually I did, and I was oh, yeah, you're right. See, actually, me and my mom have that thing where I'll tell her she needs to watch something, and she'll deny it, and she won't watch it until I force her to watch it. and then she'll love it. And same thing with me. Like, she got me onto Ted Lasso, which I love. I got her into Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which she loves. And so we both have this, like, vicious cycle of we don't believe each other, even though we both know each other better than anybody else.
Yeah.
So, but I loved it. I love this movie so much. I mean, just the part when they're reading off the will.
Right.
And Chris Evans is he's fucking hysterical in this movie. And he's like, eat shit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I love that.
Like, compared to his, like, Captain America, like,
Right?
role, like, I really enjoyed his character for once.
My favorite scene is that part where she accidentally gives him the wrong drug and she's like freaking out, and then whatever the guy's name is. What is his name? The
Harlan?
old man.
Oh.
What is it?
Harlan?
Yeah, that guy. When he's like dying and he's all like chill.
Mm-hmm.
I really vibed with that.
Real. And he wasn't about to die, though.
I
Like,
know.
Yeah, that's so sad. I thought that part was really sad.
He was
He was
really
so
ready
ready
to go.
for that.
He
bro.
really was.
He was like, oh, damn. I mean, I was gonna, yeah. He seemed like he was gonna do it no matter what.
Right.
He was just ready
I mean,
to go.
he was trying to protect her.
He got a foot out the door no matter what happened.
He was trying to protect her.
No, I respect it. I thought it was cute.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this movie is so interesting. Like, I think when me and Carmen watched it together, and one of the things that I noticed that I hadn't the first time is when Benoit is first, and the detectives are first interviewing everybody, each person, like, you know, talks about how, like, they love Harlan and how, and then it cuts to the birthday cake scene, and each time it's the person they're interviewing, and so it's like these people lie so easily,
Yeah.
and it's just
They've been
they
trained.
don't care. It's hysterical.
I agree entirely.
But yeah.
The cast is insane, too.
Right.
I'm like,
Right.
damn.
And I mean, that scene, well, like that night when they're talking about, like, when Katherine Langford's character, her mom, the blonde one.
Joni.
Yes, thank you, Joni, is like fighting with the family about politics. And they're like, you know, white culture's, disappearing. And it's like,
They
I've
drag
had
poor
that.
Marta into it.
And, like, that whole conversation where they're like, no, I don't like Trump, but he's better than some people. Like, I've had that conversation. I've been in the room with that family interaction. I don't know about y'all, but
Yeah.
so I feel like that was like, yep, I could put myself in that situation.
I just really wanted to punch the little cousin, the little 16-year-old
little-
boy,
oh.
the little alt-right.
Jadyn Martell's
Oh my
character.
god.
Yeah,
What's his name?
I don't. The actor's name is Jadyn Martell, but
Oh my god, I share a name with this man.
it's spelled differently. He's not like that in real life.
Oh, I should hope not.
No.
Because he's in
He's in It, and he's in like.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
He's in the Book of Henry.
The Book of Thank you.
But speaking on the politics, it was like it brought me back to like 2018. Like I was like.
Out of
Well,
my
it did come out in
experience.
2019, so.
Oh, 2019. Sorry, guys. Like, I don't know. It just felt like pre-COVID.
Well, it was. So you'd be right about that.
Real quick, to like kind of transition to Glass Onion. I know we said we weren't going to talk about it too much, but it's like the same franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of COVID, that part of Glass Onion was one of my favorites when they're wearing the masks, and it's like, you know, when they first get to the dock.
Yeah,
Yes,
they take the mask
I
off.
love
the
that
mask.
part because
Yes.
that's like, I watched this interview with Rian Johnson where he broke down the scene,
Mm-hmm.
and he explained how like each person's mask was like an extension of their personality.
Exactly.
Like Leslie Odom Jr.'s character, he's a doctor, so he's wearing an N95 mask, which is very, you know, professional. Benoit's wearing like something you get off of Etsy or something. It's very, you know, cute and handmade. And then Birdie, right? she's wearing the sheer one.
Yeah.
Lana Del
I was laughing. I was laughing so much when I watched that because I've met people like that, and it's just, and that's what he said in an interview. He was like, I feel like we all know
it's also
someone
some,
who
like,
wore that kind of mask.
It's like some rich people shit that they were all just able to take the mask off the minute they got to Rich People Island.
Exactly. So I just wanted to, because you mentioned COVID, that was one of my favorite parts of that movie because he got it so right.
It's so, like, I don't know, it was like, I wouldn't, it was genius. It was genius.
Okay, to bring it back to Knives Out, I would just like to say that I thought it was really interesting how we love Marta so much that even though we like thought she was the villain, we were siding with her the entire time.
Well, the anti-hero trope.
Didn't mean to.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, but like she's still the villain. Like we're supposed to want the villain to get caught, and we're like hoping she escapes at every turn.
Right. I was like, well, technically, she didn't kill him. Like
he killed himself.
He killed himself. Like
yeah.
Like, that's the fact. So, like, I was like, she can't go to jail, guys. Like, she did it on accident. Like,
yeah. Okay, what did you guys dislike about this movie? Anything?
Thank you, Jadyn, for bringing us back on track.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep us going forward.
No, you're so right.
Okay.
What did I dislike?
I disliked how much vomiting there was. Personally, I was really hung up on that almost the entire time.
Like, ugh.
I feel like they could have chosen a different way to make her. It was like funny for a second, and then by the 10th time she vomited on camera, I was about done with it. I'm gonna be honest.
Exactly.
But I would say the last time was kind of perfect. Like it was disgusting. Don't get me wrong, but that was kind of perfect. When
right. She could have easily. Oh wait, she can't lie. She'll vomit.
But there's like,
I was gonna be like, she didn't have to tell them that. Like,
yeah, she offered that information up, didn't she?
No, but
like,
he already
no,
knew.
no, someone
but
knew.
like
Yeah,
she couldn't.
never mind.
But I'm like, she couldn't have like.
She could have been like, sorry, I have food poisoning.
But then she'll vomit again.
But then she'll vomit.
Like if she lied about it.
She's just reinforcing that she has food poisoning. She could have been like, that's not true.
It's an ongoing cycle.
Yeah, I really don't know how she. I mean, yeah. Is that a real thing? Do people vomit when they lie?
Yeah, that can't be a real thing.
No.
I vomit right now.
Shout out to people who vomit when they lie.
Yeah. I'm sure that's probably a thing. Imagine how much trouble really that would get you in on like a day-to-day. Like you can't tell white lies ever. Like I mean, I don't
dog
just
ate
go
my
around lying
homework
all the time, but I feel like I probably like tell like enough small lies in like a day that I would just be vomiting.
Oh, definitely.
Like multiple times throughout a day.
Right.
Can you imagine not being able to like that must suck.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, then you're very truthful.
I mean, I think that they probably did that because it's like since it's like she can't lie, like she's like more pure-hearted and we're supposed to like feel more connected to her, like she's like a good person.
Yeah.
And I think it makes she actually knows what happened, but she's not trying to tell them. Like I thought that it was an interesting way because if she didn't have that where she puked every time she lied, she could have easily just kept lying and been like, I didn't do anything or whatever. Right. So it's like that was like an extra like barricade that she had to.
Yeah,
exactly. And it like contrasts her from like the family because they lie all the time. Like yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They be telling constant lies. That's so true.
Right.
They capping.
All right. What's our next question?
Oh, some fun facts.
Do we have fun facts? You heard it, Carmen.
Well, apparently there's supposed to be a Knives Out 3.
There is supposed to be Knives Out 3 according to Letterboxd.
According to Letterboxd, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's gonna
in
entail.
2024.
Yeah.
Okay, well I don't know
what
if that's
true. What kind
of
rich people do you think will be in the third one?
I bet they're gonna do the opposite. I bet it's like all lower class people.
Interesting.
I feel like they have to go a different way because they had like, I feel like the second one wasn't like almost all rich people except for that one girl. I guess it's kind of the first one though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean both of them is like
the rich people with the one. Yeah. Outlier.
But that's an interesting thought that it would be.
They have to spin it somehow. We can't just keep doing the same thing.
I would like to see Hugh Grant come back as Benoit Blanc's husband. I love that so much.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to see in it because Glass Onion was just like, No.
I liked Glass Onion. I don't know.
I just wish it wasn't that predictable. Although I did like...
It's like supposed to be, but I just
like
didn't really
Andy's
enjoy it.
character. Like, that was good. But, like, I was just like, oh, okay.
I mean, if you take the mystery out of it, which I get is the whole point, I actually did really enjoy it because it was just so stupid. like the hourly dong and the, assigning rooms based on their chakra and, it's just so stupid. And I just thought it was hysterical. And, like, I really liked the ending when they're breaking everything and then they light the Mona Lisa on fire. I was like, you get it, girl. You fucking light that thing on fire.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, I loved that.
I respect her.
And I liked that it was, like, this time Benoit was, like, in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Other thing I liked was that with the box, like, when Janelle Monáe just fucking smashed the box compared to everyone, like, putting it or trying to solve it, she was just like, nah, fuck this. That was me, 100%. That would be me.
Yeah.
I have no patience when it comes to, like, puzzles or stuff like that.
It was just that I found Marta, like, so endearing in the first one, and I didn't like that the detective was, like, the main character in the second one.
Right.
And also his accent is, like, so upsetting to me that I like
so much. It's like, what are you trying to do?
old-timey detective, but not.
Like Old English, or are you trying to go, like,
Transatlantic?
Southern? Like,
like, I don't know.
I don't...
Anyway, okay, wait, what's our next question? Continuing on.
Oh my god, we're going all over the place.
We really are. It's, yeah.
What is the, like, theme of it? Like, what's the point? It's,
Greed and privilege.
Definitely.
Honestly.
It's kind of close to, like, the Menus kind of, like,
deal,
where it's, like, eat the rich.
Exactly.
That's so true.
Exactly.
Real.
Nepotism babies.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
If you really think about it.
If you really think about it.
Okay, next question.
Oh,
where are we at?
We've been jumping around.
Yep.
So.
Okay, wait. What is the theme of the movie? What part of the movie would you change?
What would I change about the movie? Low key, like, I don't know. Everything, like, made sense.
Not to bring it back to this again, but I would switch vomiting out for literally anything else. She, like, sneezes whenever she lies. She, like, does something different.
She whips in Nene
whenever
she lies.
Literally.
She dabs all the time.
She dabs whenever she lies. Like, I would have preferred to switch it out for quite literally anything else. But that's just me.
I think it's safe to say the takeaway of this entire podcast is that Jadyn does not like seeing vomiting happen.
Not in movies, because it's like, then it's always during the most important scenes, too, so you have to be paying attention.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's awful.
How do you feel about Pitch Perfect? Real quick.
Which scene? Which one?
The beginning part where
oh my
she's
god,
like
I forgot
at
about
competition.
that.
Or towards the end.
Or towards the end.
When she falls in the vomit.
Yeah.
I don't feel great about it, really.
The pitch pipe falling
Well, the thing
in it.
is like,
oh god. No, but when the girl, like, does the fucking snowflake in it.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Why would you remind me? No, actually, that really grosses me out. I have to look away every single time. I forgot about that.
We really have to put a trigger warning. We talk about vomit way too much.
I told you guys. I was like, we have to add that to the trigger warnings, because if I came onto this podcast unsuspecting, I would have to turn it off. I can't think about it too much.
Oh, I have a question.
What?
How do you like Chris Evans as the villain? Like,
I love him so much.
Like,
I love it.
What makes him such a good villain?
He's just so, like...
I just really enjoy that we see him as Captain America, and then he's the villain. I think that's really funny. I also think that maybe there's some significance to that.
He's just so mischievous.
He's so manipulative.
He represents America in one franchise,
right?
And then he jumps over and he plays the evil billionaire family, sinister man.
Yeah, I like him as the villain. I mean, what other movies has he... Because he's done...
Can I be really honest with you guys? Really transparent right now?
Yeah.
I get all the Chris's confused. I get all of them confused. The Hemsworth, Evans.
Hemsworth
me and my mom love the Chris's, so we don't get them confused.
There's another one.
Pines.
Chris Pine.
Yeah.
You don't know
The
what
only
I'm
one
talking
that I
about.
know really distinctively is Chris Pratt, and that's just because I dislike that man with such a passion that I know what his face looks like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Me and my mom love the Chris's, so we know each of them.
You could like
Both
show me
of
a
ours-
picture of all of them, and I might not be able to sort them into.
Both of our favorite is by far Chris Evans. We both love him so much.
I have face blindness, but only for white men. We've discussed
Only
this
for
many
white men.
times.
Yeah, while watching Emma, she was like,
I
I need y'all to like...
I couldn't keep track of which one was which, and we were all the way through the movie.
Right.
It was like towards the end,
and
then
like the hair is such a defining characteristic for me. The only one that I could remember was the one with the longer, like, blonde hair.
What was his
Mr.
name?
Knightley.
Yeah, Mr. Knightley.
And towards the end, I, as a joke, said we should just say which man is on screen for
Right.
Jane. She goes, actually, yeah, that would be great. I was like, I was joking.
No, I was being so serious because you immediately were like, that's whatever one. Elton? That was one of them. And I was like, is that the
Mr.
one that did this
Elton?
thing? And it was not.
He is the preacher.
I was like, we were all the way through the movie.
Yeah. I was like on my phone, and I still knew who was
I
who.
was having that difficulty with this movie. I just can't tell. It only applies to white men. I don't know why. I couldn't tell them apart, like, in this movie. Or any movie. It's really, like, harrowing. Like, what I go through on a day-to-day basis. It's so difficult.
Justice
My
for
life is
Jadyn.
so hard.
We need to spread awareness.
We have other stories like this, but we can't name drop on the podcast.
Oh, yeah!
But there is someone that
In
was
our
in one of, there are
class.
2 people that are in one of our classes that for the entire semester I kept calling them
Yeah.
the wrong name to their faces.
Yeah, she, like, called them, and they
And
weren't
Carmen
answering.
went, that's not that one. She, like, saved me because I almost, like, I was, like, screaming the wrong name at him, trying to get his attention.
Because he was just like, what?
He wasn't looking. I'm like, this is so weird how he's not turning to me when I'm, like, calling his name. It's because I wasn't saying his name.
In all fairness, I got all of the guys in that class messed up too, so it wasn't just you.
But, like,
It was just specifically those
it was
two.
specifically those 2. They're, like, they, like, don't even look that... I would like to say that at this point in time, I am capable of telling them apart.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I saw one of them at the dining hall the other day, and I knew immediately who it was.
Let's bring him in.
Speaking of, we actually have a guest today.
Bring him in.
Mr. I can't say his name on the podcast.
I'll be honest, I don't even remember who we're talking about right now.
Low key, we do name drop though, so if
We
you
do
wanna.
be name dropping. It's the one that didn't wear the hat.
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah.
The one that hung out with the person in our class
Mm-hmm.
in editing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we're getting off topic.
Anyway, continue on. What's the next thing?
What were we talking about? We were talking about Chris Evans. I want to
And
keep
how
going
he's
on that.
like, what do you like about him as a villain?
I don't even really enjoy him as a villain.
I love him as a villain.
To be
I
honest,
think I like him better.
I thought
as
it
a
was the
villain.
most enjoyable role that I have like ever seen him in.
I will say that.
There's a couple of movies of his that I really like, though.
Well, like what? Because I don't know that I've seen many other than outside of like the Avengers movies.
So one of my favorite movies. Well, we all like Parasite here, right?
Yeah.
He was in a movie that was directed by the same director called Snowpiercer.
Oh, you've talked about this before.
I love that movie. It's
Okay.
very weird. I mean, it's Parasite level weird. It's the same director.
Okay.
I love him in that movie. I
can get
also
into it.
there's this movie that he did called Gifted with
Oh, I saw that one with McKenna Grace.
yes, I love
McKenna
that
Grace,
That
movie.
was so
she
good.
plays the young version of every
It
blonde
literally
woman in
everyone.
Hollywood.
The one
She
with
really
Sabrina
does.
though is like scarily
Can
accurate.
we talk about how like I'll just be watching a movie and she'll pop up out of nowhere? Any movie or TV show I've ever seen,
Tanya,
she'll pop up out of
Sabrina.
nowhere. Same with Katherine Hahn. Speaking of Glass Onion,
Mm.
popped up out of nowhere. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. Well, I love that movie because it like that's a different. You know, Captain America. He's very like righteous and you know he's oh I'm Captain America. Gifted. He's like he's just a guy trying to raise his niece and it's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's just like such a lovable person in that movie. I love that movie. I love Snowpiercer so much. There's something else that yeah, I love him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this was my favorite movie
Yeah,
of
'cause,
his.
like, it was so like different because every single other movie, even Gifted, like I just like saw him as Captain America. Like it was just like very like static, like the same kind of person. But like this one, he was more like manipulative and like he was like, haha, F you, it's his family. And I'm like, that's like funny, like I don't know. And then like him in that like sweater, it was like I like saw it as like him like trying to not like be like his family because his family like wore suits and shit like that, and like he didn't, and like he was trying to you know help Marta, but like he is actually like the villain. Like I thought that was I
fucking love that sweater.
Okay, moving on to
wait, real quick, the other movie I was thinking of is the Fantastic Four movies. He's in those.
He is?
Yeah, he's the Human Torch. In those, he's funny. Like he's because in the comics and in those movies, Human Torch, the character, is supposed to be like he's not as mature as the rest of the superheroes.
Wait,
and that's him. Yeah, he's really funny in those movies. Like he does this thing where he snaps, and the flame comes out of his finger, and he's like, "Look what I can do! Look what I can do!" Like he's very childish.
I love that movie. I forgot that he was in it.
I know.
I like him in that movie too.
Thank you. I like that's another side of him that's different. Like you know,
I didn't know Chris Evans was so multifaceted.
Obviously.
He's two heroes.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was in 2 different Marvel movies.
If you think about it.
Damn.
Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that.
Differences between the first and second one. I mean, in the second one, the guy, like the head rich guy, is the villain versus sort of the hero. Like in the first one, what is his name again?
Harlan.
He sacrificed himself for Marta.
Right.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it's Edward Norton. I don't remember his character's name, but he was just so obnoxious and annoying, which is the point.
Yeah.
But like, he was just so stupid. So stupid. I mean, and even Benoit says that.
I don't know. But that's like what we were supposed to like about Glass Onion, and that's what I didn't like about Glass Onion. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the first one way better.
The first one's really good.
But I would watch the second one again. Because I thought it was funny. Me and my mom, we laughed watching it. We laughed.
But it also feels like it's a little contradictory because, like, they're saying how, like, the second one's like, the rich people are really stupid. Like, the rich people make all these mistakes because they're not in touch with reality. But in the first one, the richest guy, like, concocted the whole scheme. So it, like, kind of contradicts itself. Also, they're like, look how stupid billionaires are. Look how look how out of touch they are. Look how much they don't care about other people. But he, like, sacrificed himself for Marta. Like, that was the whole point. So it feels like it was just contradicting the first one, which I guess is, like, the point. But I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, I think it's, like, in the first one, like, he saw, like, all his children were, like, greedy with his money, and he, like, kind of had that change of heart, and, like, he
So maybe he was more like that originally?
Yeah. Until he, like, met Marta, and then, like...
She changed him. Yeah, I see that. That makes sense.
And, like, old money versus new money, I feel like people now are, like, I don't know.
I would feel like people that are new money would... Okay, well, again, I don't know, because I feel like all rich is, like, kind of bad, but, like, they would at least understand people that are, like, more on, like, a common ground. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they would understand more, like, lower middle class people because they came from that, which, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like old money would be more out of touch because they never experienced that to begin with.
But it's, like, the guy who's, like, the billionaire stole the money from Andy, and
okay,
Andy wasn't like that.
More exploiting
Everything
people.
Everything came to him. He never worked for anything.
Yeah, that's
all
true.
All his ideas were from other people.
At the end of the day, rich is rich.
A very common thing with, like, new rich. Like,
that's true.
Of not having to, like, actually work for, like, you know, Harlan, like, grew his business and his company.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, he just kind of he met the right people. And he stumbled onto this really good idea and fucked over everyone else.
And he kind of did start from... I mean, they said he started from the ground up. I don't know. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it makes sense because that's definitely more of that, like... I mean, think about like YouTubers or something like that. Like or anyone on social media. Like they do I would say not all of them, but some of them do very little, and they get so much attention and they get so much money that it's like they're just so used to not actually I sound like such an
I feel like that's more like Amazon, Mr. Amazon.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Jeffrey Bezos,
Mr. Amazon, Mr.
or like Elon Musk. I'm like,
oh, God.
Mr. Tesla.
Let's not mention that, man.
Yeah, like those are who I equate with Glass Onion, Rich Man.
Yeah.
More so than like David Dobrik.
Like Addison Rae and like the Paul brothers.
Yeah. Because they're like new money, but I don't know that they're necessarily exploiting people the same way.
Exactly.
Like that's what they're kind of saying is like they're exploiting people to get to where they are. Like that's like Glass Onion rich. Which is, yeah.
Maybe we'll see like more of like a person who's like, who doesn't exploit people but like is still the villain.
We'll see. I don't know that. I mean, people say like there's no ethical way to be a billionaire. I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
You have to be exploiting someone in order to get that rich.
Exactly.
Very true.
Or you have to be a nepotism baby.
And I don't know that the guy from the first movie is a billionaire. I don't think that he is. I think he's just
No, he's
rich.
just like a millionaire, like
the guy from the second one is a billionaire. Like he owns his like own little island. Like that's like Elon Musk core.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Although I do wish now like in the movie, something I wish was in the Knives Out was how did like Harlan get his money? Like how did he get that rich?
Well, they kind of mentioned. I mean, they didn't mention a lot of it, but when they were like, this is our land, this is our, and they're like, Harlan bought it for nothing back in the. Remember when he was like,
okay.
I don't know.
I mean, I get that he like publishes books. But like I really want to see that.
Yeah.
Cuz we got to see like in Glass Onion like how he exploited people to get rich.
There's a real world counterpart for each of the villains. And that would make Harlan's J.K. Rowling.
Oh no.
No.
Oh my God.
I mean,
but I mean like then again it's not really important to the story.
True.
So.
Yeah.
But I think it would be interesting.
I think we should wrap this up with our ratings.
Yes. So we went on a system last time where it's from 1 to 10. 1 to 10 stars. So how would we rate it?
Well, I would like to say from last week that I rated mine a little bit below you guys. You guys all were at the 8.5 and I was at like a little 7.5 when I was listening at home.
Oh.
I know. But I just thought I'd put that out there. What about this week?
This week, I would say 7.8. 7.8.
That's so specific.
I don't know. It's just like, I like it. I just like it.
So you like the menu more?
Yeah, I like the menu more.
See, I disagree.
I
like this
too.
movie more. Way more. I would rate this like a 9.
I would rate this an 8.
I watch this movie all the time. I always tell people to watch this movie.
Yeah.
I love this movie. I would rate it even higher.
If I'm rating last week's 7.5, I'm rating this week's 8.
I'm going to say 9. I'm going to be that person. I'm going to say 9. I love this movie so much.
Oh.
It's only because of Chris Evans. Not really, but.
I mean, I did enjoy the movie. I'm not like a mystery person, So.
I thought the music, kind of off topic, but I thought the music was also a really good part of it too. Like, I sit there and I'm like, just love it because it's just so.
It's very
good. It's just so good. It's so different. It's so new. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'd like to share what we're doing next week.
All right. Well, as this week's host, I would like to let y'all know who next week's host is going to be, which is Benji. Benji's back.
Cheer track.
Cheer track. I'm so proud of him for getting over his illness.
Yes. Yes. We found out that he actually had COVID, not strep.
I believe.
So
I might be spreading misinformation, but that's what I believe to be true.
I mean, as we know, I guess we're not the most
he
reliable
told me that, but
here.
sometimes he just be saying shit. So I really don't know what's true at this point.
No, really.
I mean, I guess
I
we'll find
believe
out
that's
next week.
the case.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
And what is the movie that we will be reviewing next week?
I don't know, Jadyn. What are we reviewing?
We will be watching and reviewing the movie Vengeance.
Yes.
Yay!
Let me check the director. I don't think it's BJ Novak. I just know that he's in the movie, but maybe it is.
While she's doing that, with Benji on this
it is
episode.
BJ Novak.
With Benji on this episode, Jadyn's coming back, and Claire will be here.
I know. Claire's making a reappearance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting.
And Benji's making his debut.
Benji's making his debut. Week 3.
For once.
Week 3.
So yeah.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
So yeah. Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
Normally
thank you
Chicago
for watching.
Residents. Go ahead and follow us on Spotify and Instagram, and we have like a whole like link tree thing, but we're always under at Normally Chicago Residents. If you want to follow us, give us a follow.
Check out the little website. We have a YouTube where we'll be posting podcast stuff as well.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye bye.